Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to the Dev Marketer channel. I am coming at you guys late at night, but I promised I would do this video, so here I am. I'm going to work late for you guys. One of the things I'm going to be doing, I'm actually really kind of doubling down and dedicating myself to this channel. So you guys noticed last week I was putting up almost a video a day. I am not promising that I will continue a video a day, but I actually did do a video a day last week, which is something I'm proud of. But yeah, again, that's not something I'm promising that I'll continue to do a video a day, but I am actually dedicating a lot more time to the channel, and I'm going to really try to put a lot of effort into it this year to really bring you guys a lot of content. Now, I'm actually super excited about this. I'm like, in a way, I'm excited about the series. I'm kind of overwhelmed by the series because the project that we have in front of us here is one hell of a big project. There's a lot of stuff to do, and me doing it on camera, like, I'm still very interested to see how it goes, I guess. There's so much stuff to go that I want to cover as much of it in these videos as possible. And I don't know how it's going to work out. Just to be completely honest with you guys, I really don't know how it's going to work out because I'm building a very high-end, my goal is to build a very high-end, complicated website. And I want to show you guys how that works. But at the same time, I think about it and I'm like, I don't know how interesting parts of it will be. I know certain parts will be extremely interesting to you guys. There'll be parts that you probably haven't seen elsewhere. You haven't seen other YouTubers or really anybody do tutorials about that. And so I know there's a lot of parts that are going to be interesting. And at the same time, there's a lot of parts I think that are going to be kind of boring and dull. Like I'll tell you, what I did all day today was work on a website, and I just finished it and I'm very excited. And I'd be lying to you guys if I wasn't ready to freaking stab my eyes out. Like, just today was a rough day for me, and I'm coming. It's 8:30 at night for me, but I'm coming at you guys. I want to get you guys this content, and so I'm pushing myself through it. But man, I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't ready to go to bed. Like I'm eyeing that bed, and I know 8:30 seems. I go to bed really early because I get really tired because I wake up super early. So a lot of times I'm up at 4 or 5 and so in the morning. So for me, 9 o'clock at night, I'm pretty tired because I wake up so early. So by the time 9 o'clock rolls around, that's like 1 or 2 in the morning for a lot of you guys that wake up at like 10 a.m. or something. It's the equivalent for me. 10 o'clock at night is pretty late. But I usually just lay in bed, read on my iPad, and watch some movies and fall asleep. But anyway, the point of this is that I'm interested to see how this pans out because there's a lot of content that I want to cover in here, and I don't know how it's going to go. So this is going to be an experiment, and just leave comments as you guys go. I want you guys to know that overall the community is very, very positive here on Dev Marketer. So I don't really get offended very easily anyway. So let me know if it's too much, or I guess I'm just going to play it by ear. I'm going to go through everything now, but I'm curious to see if we get to parts where it's boring. I mean, there are parts of programming that are extremely boring, and if I try to cover all of it in videos, I'm afraid parts of it are going to get boring and we could lose some people. So I don't know whether to just cover the highlights or to cover everything or cover most things, but just leave out the really dull things and just give you guys an update on what I did. Because I'm just thinking about like today, for example, like I spent probably 8 hours coding today on something unrelated to this, a different project. And it was boring. Like, it was freaking boring. There's days I wake up that I love coding, and then there's days like today that are really, really rough, and you just want to scratch your eyes out, and it's just very, very painful. So anyway, I guess it's going to be interesting because I know this project will be the same thing. There'll be lots of really fun parts, and there'll be parts that are going to be really dull and boring, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I am going to try to cover as much of it for you guys as possible, potentially everything. It's really just going to depend on your guys' feedback. So as you guys give me feedback, if I get to points, I know this part should be pretty interesting for a lot of people, but as I get to parts that are really, really boring in this series, if it's something you guys don't care about or don't want to do, or if I see we're only getting a couple views for some of those boring videos, I may skip over it, but I'll take your guys' feedback into consideration. I'm fine recording it as well. Just know that not every part, when you take on a huge project like this, not every part is going to be really exciting. You're going to have dull, boring parts. And that's all fresh in my mind because today was a rough day. It was a very rough day. And I went and grabbed some pizza at my favorite pizza place, Blaze Pizza. If you guys have been there, It's an American chain, but it's awesome if you're in the US. Go to Blaze Pizza. I love that place. And so I went there, chilled there for a little bit, had the Wi-Fi. I was there meeting with a business associate as well. And it was really, really good, kind of rejuvenated. And now I'm ready to go into this project with you guys. Okay? All right, I got that off my chest. Let's talk about the next part. In the last video, which when I say the last video, I mean the last one in this series, which actually was like a month or two ago because I took some time, much needed time off. I'll call it that. But anyway, the last video in this series, we talked about the discovery phase, and I didn't really do it related to this project. I just kind of talked about it in general. And so now we're actually going to do that section. And so what I want to tell you guys before we actually do it is basically the whole goal of what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to, if I were working with another client, which I normally would be, working with someone that I'm building the site for, or even if I'm doing it in my own company, I'd be doing it with other people in my company. And basically the goal is to get everyone together, and you want to just dump everything onto a notes page, an app, whatever. You want to write down everything that everybody wants out of this project. And that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm going to be basically interviewing myself because of just the nature of what I'm doing right now. But I'm basically going to jot down all the ideas that I want from this website and just throw it on the board or on the paper or whatever. Okay, so you can use a whiteboard, you can use a notebook, you can use Evernote. I'm going to be using Microsoft OneNote. This is just part of Microsoft Office, and it's just a really easy. It's one of my favorite note apps, actually. It's one of the few Microsoft products I really like, and it's really good. So anyway, I'll be jotting everything down here, but the point of this basically isn't to worry about whether something is practical or not. You don't want to worry about whether it's practical, whether it's going to take too long, whether it's outside of scope. Don't worry about any of that. The point of the idea dump, the first phase of discovery, is to just write everything down, whether it's a good idea, a bad idea, whether it's going to take too long or whatever. We're going to write everything down that would be cool to have, or that other people in the company or that you're working with thinks would be cool to have. Just write everything down. Nothing's a bad idea. And then when we're done, we'll take all this feedback into consideration and then put everything into what we call a scope of work. So in the scope, which is the next phase, that's where we actually determine which features to do, which are practical. And in order to do that, a lot of times you take into account budget and time. So if people have a deadline, if someone's got a website they need done in 3 months, you know you've got 3 months worth of time. So that's going to limit maybe some of the features you can do. And then some of those features maybe need to get pushed into version 2.0, 3.0 or something like that. You can still do them. Maybe they just get pushed to a later version. Maybe they extend the deadline. Those are the kinds of discussions that happen in the next phase. That's where you actually start taking your idea dump and actually putting the practical stuff together, all right? So for this video, we're just dumping all of our ideas onto the paper, and that's it. I just want to make it known, just because I write it on here doesn't mean we're going to do it on the website or anything. I just want to put down all the ideas that are kind of in my head, get them somewhere, and solidify it, okay? So let's start by talking about the main features of the Dev Marketer website, okay? So this is the website that you guys are going to visit, hopefully. Otherwise, I'm wasting a lot of my time. And I'm going to post content. I'm also going to reciprocate a lot of the videos, these YouTube videos. I want to put them on the website as well. They're still going to be on YouTube, but I want to also put them on there. And I want to be able to add additional stuff to the videos that are not available on YouTube. So one of the big things that is going to be critical for me is I want better discussions, because YouTube's so difficult to have a discussion. The comment system, I could make a whole video about comments. YouTube comments are probably the most annoying. It's akin to torture. It is terrible, 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 painful stuff. Like I can't tell you guys how many times I've written you guys comments and it just says failed to post and it doesn't know why. Or I can't write to you. I can't actually help you guys the way I want to help you, because I have to use some character in order to write the code. I have to use some character that Google doesn't allow in comments. I can't make code blocks. I can't do a lot of these other things. And it just causes lots of problems. Okay, so that's one of the big things is I want to be able to add additional information. I want to add additional write-ups that you guys could actually see, like a blog post that goes with the video. And then I want to have some additional metadata, like a better playlist where you guys could follow the series or autoplays or something like that. So there's just some additional stuff that I want to be able to give you guys on the website to basically enhance the videos that I'm already making. And it'll also help with SEO, because obviously I want to rank for certain these things for SEO. If there's a page dedicated to the video, it'll help a lot as well. Okay, that's one of my first steps. Second one, I want to actually have blog posts on there that maybe don't have a video, that are just blog posts. So that's kind of another thing I want to have. I want to add a discussion forum on there where you guys can post questions. I was just helping someone today over YouTube. It took over Twitter, and it took like 30 tweets back and forth with 140 characters at a time. Very painful. It would be much easier if we could just, he could put something on the forum and then we could help each other. I could jump in, whatever, do all that kind of stuff. So that's another thing, is the forums, discussion type of things like that. I also want a place that we can share either resources that you guys found, resources that I found, different things like that. We can share common resources and things like that. You guys could submit like links to blog posts that maybe are not part of Dev Marketer, but are related, and other dev marketers might find them interesting, kind of like a Dig or Reddit or something like that. So those are kinds of some of the stuff I have. Let's write it down instead of just talk about it. So the main features is, and we will, let's go ahead and let's say, obviously we want to have blog posts. The other thing we're going to want to have is to show videos from YouTube. I don't want to panic you guys, but I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Maybe, oops, I don't know what that was. Maybe one day there might be videos that are not on YouTube that are unique to the website. I'm going to be, again, I'm jotting ideas down. It's possible. Don't panic though. But there might be some that are available on there, but there'll always be videos on YouTube. What else? Let's say we want to have a discussion area or a forum that you guys could post and get help and that kind of thing. I think that's really helpful. And that would make my life so much easier, because that would help. Most of the emails I get are basically that, but I'd love to have syntax highlighting and code blocks and stuff that could make it so much easier. And also, a lot of you guys ask the same questions, and not that I'm blaming you, but a lot of you guys will ask the same questions, and if we had a discussion forum, it would actually solve that problem a lot. So that's one of the reasons. That's going to be pretty big. I want to be able to share resources. So this would be like downloads that are popular. If you guys find coupon codes for something, you guys could share them with each other. I'm trying to make this very community oriented. That's what I really want to do. It's what I've always wanted to do, is really build some sort of like community type thing. I also want to do some sort of Dig. If you guys remember Dig, it's kind of an old website, but it's Dig, Reddit. They're all very similar. If I could spell. Dig, Reddit style posts. And that's basically, I'm trying to think, that's basically it. For the main features of the website, that's what I want to make it do. All right. Now, I'm going to take a little side note here, another little tangent. Okay. Number one question I've been getting about this series, everyone wants to know if we're building this, what we're building it in. Here, let's actually do that. Tech stack. Let's do the technology stack section. I'm going to just throw this over here. So technology stack. Oops. So the technology stack we're going to be using is Laravel as the main framework. We'll be using Vue.js for various components and widgets to add functionality. There'll be Ajax components. Probably be doing, with Ajax, we'll probably be using Axios. Axios is super easy to use. I love Axios. I like it better than jQuery's. Might be doing jQuery. I don't know. Who knows what we'll be using exactly, but we will be doing some sort of Ajax, maybe jQuery Ajax, but I find Axios to be much easier to use than jQuery. I have more experience with jQuery, obviously. I've been around the block a while, but yeah, it's good. What else? We're going to have, let's see, this is the biggest one. Vue.js, we'll have Laravel, we'll have Ajax, and then, I don't know, we'll be using Sass, we'll be using, Oh, I don't even know. I mean, the stack will be definitely. I'm a big fan of Nginx, so we'll definitely be using Nginx over Apache. We'll be using DigitalOcean as hosting, at least to get started. Probably we'll be using some sort of email ESP type service like Amazon SES or Spark Post or something. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't decided yet. Probably SES. And then, yeah, that's basically the rough stack, more or less. Okay? So we might run into some other things, but that's basically it. So the stuff I teach on this channel, that's what we'll be doing this video in. That makes sense. I teach it on the channel because I use it every day and I find it useful. And I think it's some of the best stuff out there. That's why I obviously teach it. So it makes sense that when I'm building my own site for myself that I would use that same technology. So you're going to see a lot of the stuff that you've already seen on this channel. Okay, that's the tech stack. So good for that. Let's talk about now, let's break these into sections. So the one thing that I always like to throw at people is we kind of got the main features down. I want to talk about the information architecture. So information architecture is a fancy name, which just means how do you want to organize the website. So let's get a little information architecture up here. Information architecture. And with information architecture, I kind of like to outline the navigation, basically. The navigation is the easiest way to think about organization. So the way I envision this website is I love websites with simple navigation. So I want to break everything into 3 distinct sections. I've been thinking about this a lot, okay? This isn't off the cuff. I've been thinking about this a lot. One section is going to be learn. The second section is going to be called discuss. And the third section is going to be called share. And so I kind of envision these being 3, like maybe in the middle of the page or whatever. I don't want to get too in the weeds with design yet, but something like that. Learn, discuss, share, okay? And so, because that's kind of how I see the website. When you break it up, you've got points where you're learning, where you're discussing, and then where you're sharing, right? So as I go through the main features, you can see already. Let's break it up a little more. Learn, we're going to have our courses or the video series and stuff like that. And then we'll also have the blog posts. Okay, so that's kind of the learn section. Maybe community. I really want to get to the point we can do community posts. Which are basically blog post series, whatever. So this would be user submitted content because I really want to make this community oriented. Okay, so then for discussions, we would have basically our forums and we'd have the ability to vote upcoming. This is something, actually, I don't think I ever posted that video, but I made a video about this for the 2017, right before I went to CES, and anyway. I posted a video where I said one of the goals I have this year is to make content you guys are really interested in instead of me deciding what to do. So one of the goals I have is to have the ability where you guys can submit videos that you want and then other people vote on them. And then I would basically make videos every week on the top voted videos so that they're kind of submitted by you. Now, I might do my own videos here and there, but basically they're videos that you guys are requesting and then are voted on by the community. So I want to build something like that as well in the discussion. And like I said, I made a video about that, but I don't think I ever actually posted it. Okay, so share. This is where we'd have our Reddit post style. I'll call it Reddit style posts. This would be basically your ability to share other links, okay? Share links. Okay, and then for the other thing I want to have is resources, and resources are where you guys can share resources like the coupon codes and stuff. Like we'll just put that here: coupon codes, download packs, and stuff like that. Okay, so that's kind of how I see this. So now let's go through and let's break up the features I want for each section. I think that. All right, so that basically sums up what I wanted to cover in this video. If I'm going to go ahead and let the video continue to run, because when I recorded it, it actually, I recorded quite a bit more where I went into features I wanted for each individual thing. But if you guys are limited on time, this actually covers the bulk of it, and you don't really need to continue watching unless you want to hear all the small features kind of within the bigger features. And you could probably go to the next video, watch another video on YouTube, do whatever you got to do in your life that's more important than this. If you are interested in watching and seeing all of it, I'm going to continue to make it all available. So just keep watching and we'll get back in and just finish the video. There's about another 15 minutes of content. But like I said, it's a lot of kind of talking about smaller features and not the main core features. So if you're just interested in the core basics, you could probably end here and go to the next video. If not, if you're interested in watching it all, just keep going. That's going to be the easiest way to do this. So for the learn section, let's take a look at that. Cool. Okay, so the learn section, we want to have video, two different kinds of posts. Video posts and blog posts or text posts. Let's call them text posts because they're not really blog posts. Text posts. All right. So again, I'm thinking kind of building system kind of like WordPress. So if you guys have used WordPress recently, I guess a couple versions ago, but WordPress has these different types of posts where you can have like a video post, an audio post, text post, and things like that. And it slightly formats, it uses a slightly different template for each style of post that's kind of formatted around that style of post or that format of post. And so I want to do that as well. I want to build that into the CMS where we can basically create posts and I can edit whether it's like a video post or a text post and maybe some other posts down the road. But those are the two that are important, obviously, to get going from the beginning. And then they might be formatted slightly differently, a text post versus a video post. But that's kind of my goal. Some sort of system kind of like what WordPress has where you can define those different, what do they call them? I wish I could remember what they called them. I think they're called post formats or post types. But anyway, something like that. Okay, so learn section. What else do we want to have? Obviously, every post will have like the ability to, let's see. We'll just call it ability to share. On social media, maybe text, email, different things like that. Again, this is an idea dump. Doesn't mean we're going to do all these things. Let's see. I'd like to have videos. Let's see. Well, easily organized posts. And that would be so that you guys can kind of view the content very easily. I also don't want to make it too focused around like a blog, like a WordPress blog's basically focused from like the newest contents at the top, the oldest is at the bottom. I want to make it a little bit more dynamic. I guess that's what I'm trying to say here. Dynamic organization. So that basically it's what's popular, what's trending, what's the good stuff, basically that kind of thing instead of just like the newest first. Okay. So that's going to be that's going to get complex, but it's something I want to definitely write on here. Okay. So then for, let's see, again, this is kind of disorganized. This is an idea dump. I want to have the ability to easily writing, so that when I log into the back end, it's easy for me to create a post and, I don't know, put pictures in there, do all that kind of stuff. Maybe some sort of markdown, I love markdown. That's really, really easy for me to type up really quick. Some sort of WYSIWYG, we'll have to figure that out down the road. What you see is what you get. Another thing I want to have is each video, I want to put support or forums underneath. Okay, this is actually really important for me because I want the ability for like you to have a video and just scroll down and then have basically like a mini support forum for that video down below. So that if you have questions on what happened in that video, you basically can get support for it down below. That's one of my goals. That's kind of what I mean by that. And so it's going to be, I don't know how we're going to do it. Maybe have some sort of way to tie this, tie this into the forum. I don't know. Just an idea. Okay. Let's see. I want to be able to combine videos into a series or playlist. Like that. I want to be able to search search videos, obviously. And then I want like really good search. And then also find videos, videos by skill. So that you could basically search, let's say you want to learn Laravel, you want to learn Vue, you want to learn SEO. You could click that skill and then see all the videos. Okay? Seems pretty easy. I don't know if that's like a tag or like, I don't know, whatever. But that's the goal, all right? And then just want to note that some videos might be like on their own. So I still want to build that ability in. Some videos might not have a series on their own. Okay, so they just stand by themselves. So that's kind of the learn section. So it's like this blog post section. That's probably the first part we're going to build. It's going to be the most straightforward and easy. Okay, now let's talk about discuss. So this discuss section. So discuss section. Kind of confusing. Okay, so first of all, we've got the forums. Okay, so we've got the forums and then we've got to vote for upcoming. So there's not much to say here. But basically, I'm going to want to have, for the vote for the upcoming is pretty simple. Vote upcoming videos. You're going to have the ability to, a user can submit a video idea. Basically, going to be a pretty basic form. They submit the video idea. Other users can vote up or down the idea. Ideas are sorted by most popular votes, and then probably have a way to view them by newest or upcoming kind of thing like you see on lots of those upvoting things. So you're not just looking at the most popular, you could look at the ones that are like trending or something. Okay, so that's voting for upcoming videos. The other section is going to be the forums. And I want the forums to be, let's see, the forums, we're going to have them organized by channel. I want to create some channels, kind of like a Slack channel, with hashtags. And let's see, let's do some Laravel, marketing, SEO type things like that. I want it to be easy to read. Super easy to read. How many guys have gone to a freaking forum and the forum is like cluttered and like hard to read and it's tiny text and it's like, I don't know, it just looks ugly. I want this to be a nice, pretty interface. That's one of the things I hate about forums is sometimes I have no idea what's going on. I want this to be easy to read and follow. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Probably a selected answer type feature like in Stack Overflow. We'll probably be doing a lot of stuff similar to Stack Overflow. Very similar, right? We want good code editor, so that you get in syntax highlighting, so that you guys, because that's obviously important. We're obviously sharing code. We need that ability to do that. SEO will be important. That's a little too in the weeds. We'll just put that down for now. We'll probably want support for emojis or basic emojis. Support. Potentially, we'll put maybe some sort of XP or like points or X. Kind of like in Stack Overflow, you have points. I should spell points right. Or medals is another thing. So you get like medals, you get points. Some sort of system like that would probably be good in here. I like the idea of XP, kind of like a video game, but maybe leaderboards. Maybe. We'll just see. Okay, so I just want to put all this down because, again, we're just idea dumping. Remember that we might take these in chunks. We might not do everything, but that's kind of the idea. Last thing let's take is the share, okay? So for share, what are we going to do? Share section. Okay, let's see. We want our Reddit style posts. So what I kind of see this being is something similar to, I don't know if you guys have this or not, but like, So I wanted to do something like this, okay? So basically like why 90% of your experiment. Someone just posted this. This is a link on LinkedIn. Someone found it. They posted it. This is the person that posted it. It obviously has some sort of tag like editor's pick, and then people can upvote it. That's basically the goal of what I'd like to do. Is something similar to this where you guys could just post links, upvote them, whatever. You guys can help and share each other's, posts or ideas and things like that. Something super casual, something just like that. That's basically it. Okay, so that's basically what I'm trying to do when I say Reddit style post. Is I'm thinking about something like that. So ability. So we basically just want to have the ability to share links, show author or post, and then upvote the posts, and basically it. Just like a simple version of that where you guys could kind of have that. Probably have comments for each post as well for discussion. Okay, so that's basically what we got for that. And that's basically it. So then for resources, this will probably be curated by me because it's too easy to get spam, I think, on this. So I'll curate this a little bit, but you guys can still submit it. Submit resources to me, curated by me. Or if I do, I might not always be me. It might be somebody else, but somebody trustworthy with some sort of privilege to do this would curate it, basically, just to prevent spam, because this is resources is somewhere. I just want it to be something. It's all the good stuff, basically. And the idea here is just downloadable materials and coupon codes. I always thought it would be cool because there's a lot of these coupon codes for like different web services floating around the internet, and it's like I would just kind of wish like if you had some sort of community where you could say, hey, I bought, for example, when I bought Sketch, I found some coupon code and I actually paid like $60 for it or something instead of $100 like it was. And I know that coupon code's been around forever. So if you found something like that, you could just post it and we could share it. And then everyone in the community could take advantage of it. And you could just that kind of thing. So again, pretty simple. Okay, so that's basically what I've got. That's my idea dump for what I want this website to be. I basically want the ability to have some sort of content management system. We can make posts. We can make posts that are either text posts or video posts. We can, and then with all of that, we'll basically have a ton of metadata also around the videos that we can do. So the videos will have their own series. They'll have, different information about the videos like that. So I basically want to have that. I want to have a discussion forum. So we'll be building some sort of discussion forum with different channels that are related to different topics that you guys can discuss. You guys can upvote. You guys can get help and support from other people in the community or from me. It'll be a lot more unified place there. And then I want a place that you guys can share your own blog posts, your own resources and stuff like that. So that's kind of the goal of this is I want to learn, discuss, share. That's what I came up with is our general idea. And that's what I want to kind of run with. So what we'll do is let's go ahead and wrap this video up. The next video, I think it's going to be good to then go through this list that we made and do that scope of service. I don't think it'll be too bad because, but basically what I want to go through and do is write down how long it's going to take to build each of these features and how much we want to build them out and kind of set that expectation before we go into the next steps where we start wireframing, designing, and doing different things like that. Okay, so yeah, let's call it good for now. And like I said, I'll see you guys in the next video where we talk about the scopes of service and basically how practical these different features are. I want to talk a little bit about time frame and different things like that as well. And we'll just cover all that in the next video. See you there.